And of course, the fear factor remained because you have 3 bombs in close succession to each other, and are there more?
That was the question, and what direction might they be coming in, and could you possibly be, running into danger? So complete carnage and confusion. And then there was the bomb in Monaghan that went off about an hour and a half later outside a pub. And that was devastating also. And, when you look at the situation there was actually a bus strike on at the moment, but there were a lot of people in town, and a lot of the victims were young women, but the actual age range of the victims was from 5 months right up to 80 years of age. So you really got a full spectrum there.
Now, these weren't the first bombs in Dublin.
No, they weren't the first bombs in Dublin. And if you look at the broader context there in the early 1970s, and indeed the late 1960s, Loyalists had attempted attacks, some of them more successful than others, since the outbreak of the Troubles in 1969 across the border. And serious Dublin bombing occurred in December 1972. And this was 2 CIE workers were killed, 1 bus driver and 1 bus conductor. And this was at the time when the Offences Against the State Act was being discussed and was a very controversial issue politically. And at the time, Fianna Fáil wanted to amend that legislation to the effect that suspected subversives could be detained longer than they could be under the legislation as it existed. It was very controversial. It was regarded as a great attack on civil liberties, but was regarded by those in power as being essential. And whilst that was being debated, it seemed Liam Cosgrave, who was leader of the Fine Gael at the time, was in danger of losing the support of his own party.
And then the bombs went.
And then the bombs went off in the middle of these discussions.
My eye sweeps the street. The smoking metal flesh of the cars drifts upwards. In the silence, a voice speaks from the radio of a guarded motorcycle. Rescue is arriving. Blue lights pulsing from the rescue crews. White coats contrast against the blackened scene. I lift my camera to my eye and shoot. Mayday, mayday, mayday.